Hi and welcome to this video tutorial on getting started with Jspx. In this video, we will start using Jspx to develop Java web application. We are going to use Eclipse IDE on JBoss application server. First, we create new dynamic web project. It will be named Jspx-video. Second, we will add Jspx library to the project, so we will copy the Jspx jar to the lib folder. Third, we will need to register the main servlets of Jspx. I'm gonna copy these static lines into the web.xml file. As you can see, we have two servlets, the request handler, which is the main servlet, and the resource handler. The request handler will be used to serve all requests on the .jspx extension. And the resource handler will serve the embedded resources inside JSPX like JavaScript files and images. The project will need an ent build file, which will be copied and pasted. Let's make sure that is working. Well, it is. Let's start JBoss also. Now, while JBoss is starting, we will import an HTML file. Assuming that we received this file from a web designer, the file is just simple HTML. So let's create a new JSP file inside a new folder called pages. The new JSP file will be called first.jspx. We will insert the HTML inside the new JSP file, and let's run and see. Now let's type the full path of the JSP. Alright, if we looked at the source of the output for HTML, we will find it is the same as in the file. Okay, till now we are not using Jspx. In order to start, we need to mark the HTML as Jspx syntax. All we need to do is to wrap the whole HTML with the tag page. Let's run again. Now the source has been changed. Jspx has injected internal elements inside the final HTML. What we need now is to interact with the HTML code from the Java code. So let's create a Java controller for the Jspx page we just created. This controller will be inside a new package. The class will be named first.java, and it must inherit from the page class. In order to link the Java code to the HTML, we will add an attribute in the page tag. The attribute name is controller, and the value will be the fully qualified name of the controller class. Then, let's do something simple. We want to set a simple text on the label result when the page starts. We will declare an instance of a label and will be named exactly as the ID of the label on the HTML. One step required to link this object to the HTML label, we will need to annotate it with the annotation @JSPX web control. Then we're going to override the page lifecycle event named page loaded. Inside the page loaded event, we will set the text of the label to a new message. Let us run and see. Moving forward, we may want to set the value of the label to whatever entered by the user in the text box. In order to get what was typed inside the text box, we need to interact with the text box first. So we will declare an instance of a text box and annotate it. Note that the instance name is not the same as the HTML ID of the text box. In order to do the linking between the HTML and Java object, extra step is required. The annotation must set the name of the HTML tag as you see. The next step is to receive the event when the user clicks the button named Save, then take whatever in the text box into the label. Let's build and try. What if it's required entering a value inside the text box? In this case, a validator will be used to do so. So I'm going to type a new validator of type required. Then I will choose which control to be validated. And finally, the error message to be displayed. This is nice, however won't work, because the validators need a trigger to be fired. The trigger is one of the submit controls like the button save. So we have to define a group named X, for example. Then the validator will have the same group. So whenever the button save is clicked, the validation group X will be fired, causing all the validators under this group to run. See the blue icon indicating that this is a required field. And whenever there is an error, this is how it's going to be displayed. Pretty cool and easy, isn't it? Now, let's put some ajax on the scene. To do that, it's very simple. Just wrap the concerned area with ajax panel tag. No other change is required. Run and see. We will put some delay time on the event handling method. Now, what if we want to display the loading animated image? Simply, we will add a new tag, ajax loading, inside the ajax panel, and inside this tag, we can add whatever needed to display while the ajax request is running. Finally, an extra feature in the ajax panel, which is to periodically resubmit the whole panel. To do this, simply set the refresh time attribute of the ajax panel to the period time in milliseconds, and then wire the refresh event to whatever method you like. Here we had chosen the doSave event handling method. That's all for this video. Hope to see you soon on more tutorials on Jspx. Thank you.